a murder hobo with this thing.
Wait, what did I miss? Wait. Did you eat any children?
I mean, I would have if they didn't run away.
Yeah.
And by eat, I probably just would have brutally murdered them.
Probably made the right call by releasing them there, so that's good.
Yeah, no, it was a good call letting those kids run away, because I probably would have, like, coup de grace them.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You're not the nicest person in most situations, but now that he's got this going on, it's...
Now he's really shitty.
Yeah, like your empathy is a bitch.
So anyway,
I think he's gonna stay Weretar.
I mean that's
There's
what
Chris said,
that's,
a Minotaur.
yeah, Minotaur. Menawolf, yes. Menawolf, yes.
Minnow.
But yeah, we'll discuss what we're literally planning to do in character, I'm sure.
Yes.
Okay. Marcel, you're breathing into the mic slightly. Yes. So are we going to do a recap?
You cut out. What am I?
I said you were
You
breathing.
were breathing in
into
the mic, but
yeah.
you
Oh, yeah.
stopped doing
Okay.
research. Okay, it's just fine.
Better?
Yes.
Thank you.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, recap. After negotiations with the werewolves broke down and a lot of murder happened, two of the party became possessed by werewolfism, or whatever it's called. And now, after a almost breakdown of the party, we have resolved to act upon the situation. Recap done. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty
Yeah.
much it.
It wasn't too complicated. We spent the whole session here last time. We started in combat. We fought a bunch of werewolves, and he fought a bunch of werewolves, and he fought a bunch of werewolves, and then eventually got to where the children were being kept. We tried to talk your way out of it, but some party members
We're hasty.
had different plans, and then trauma and controversy ensued. We are now at post that, trying to figure out who wants to do what and how is the situation going to be resolved.
Right,
I
so
thought it was all these prisoner children cart.
Yeah, did one
Yeah.
leave us behind?
No,
they stopped me
As
just
it is,
before I was going to ride off, basically.
literally, as where we're starting off is one, Lucien and Darius are next to the cart. All the children are in the cart.
I threw the
One was going to ride off, but Bjor and Cole are sitting at standing a bit away at the mouth of the cave, trying to try to persuade the others to not leave them behind.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Bjorn would be very upset if they left him behind, and he probably would find them, and he would let them know how upset he was that they left him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would not be very happy about that.
So anyway,
I thought the thing was we were going to try to just let one and the kids and some of the other party go back, and then give them a horse to go back.
well, that's
Wow.
really the...
There were some. We put some different ideas around. One of them was that we give a horse to Bjor and Cole, the riding horse, and you take the cart back with everybody else. I think it would be just one. I'm not sure if it was just one or if it was one and anybody like Lucien and Darius or both, whatever. It'd be hard to fit everybody in the cart to do that, but you could ride the horse. I say you probably could ride two people on the draft horse, so I'll say probably the cart is full at this point with all those children. So yeah, only two people would be able to go back. The other three would have to stay here. Unless there's some
Here's
other
the
means of travel.
question: if we leave Bjorn Cole alive, would they even be inclined to get cured?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's something I wanted to ask you. Like, does lycanthropy does it feel good, or is Bior like, nah, I want to get rid of this?
It's a hell of
Or
a
does it
high.
feel like
depends on the
empowered?
person. Some people feel that it is power, but majority of people, I would say, like using alignment, I would say most neutral and good people, especially good people, do not like lycanthropy, and they try to cure it. They see it as some sort of burden or moral compromising issue.
Okay.
But evil people probably wouldn't care as long as it doesn't get to a point where it like consumes them absolutely. But if they could use it to their advantage, which in your case, I imagine because you're a barbarian, you would be able to keep using it at a whim. It's not like something that would kind of like an addiction where if you didn't kill for a long time or you didn't do anything super violent, you would become more and more restless and mentally forgone. But as a barbarian, that's not really a thing that would happen.
Yeah,
So
I
that's more of a
kill
fate that would
a
befall
lot.
Cole than you.
Okay, I'm gonna say Bjorn chaotic neutral, and especially now evil. He's feels empowered by this curse.
Yes. But
So all right, I'll go from there.
yeah, that is the most accurate thing. But I would say that if you do get cured by like a remove curse spell, you would then feel like a lot of regret. You would go back to feeling, you go back to chaotic neutral, and you were not that crazy before. You were a pirate that didn't just go around brutally killing and raping everything.
Yeah,
You had some semblance of like a code or honor or something.
yeah. Okay, yeah, I got you.
So
Yeah,
at
I
that
like
point,
that.
you'd be like, oh God, what have I done? I went way too far. Then Cole, on the other hand, was, I think he was more good. But yeah, he was good before. He was neutral good, and then he became neutral. I think that was what happened. He's gonna feel way more regret through the whole thing. He's probably gonna be wanting to be cured right now, in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
He'd be wanting to feel that way, especially after what happened with the little girl. That was terrible for him.
That's terrible for everybody, man.
Yeah,
Just murdered a bunch of children.
yeah. Except Bior, probably like meh. Should happen.
Whatever, dude. Shouldn't have been there. Okay. Well, yeah, that
Alright.
answered my question.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna see the rest of the party at the cart.
Yep.
I'm just gonna slowly saunter over towards.
I mean, if you want to be subtle about that, that's great. But I really thought there was going to be a scene where we were going to discuss what we were going to do about specifically you, Bjorn.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I mean, you can. As I'm assuming you're like 100 yards or so away,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna
Start heading.
Start
Yeah.
walk.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
and then out of character, you guys figure out what you guys want to do about.
Yeah.
And the
Everybody else, like the one Lucian and Darius, don't approve of Bior's, did not approve of Bior's
Yes,
actions.
anyone else
Uh,
concerned about him?
Yeah.
Like, I'm no stranger to violence, but Tactic's sort of a blasé attitude
So what-
to
Yeah.
Mhm.
What are we
Well,
going
as
to do
a-
about? What the hell is an army of? What the fuck? Oh, they're the children, right?
Yes. Yes.
I mean, as a former werewolf, Lucian understands that it's something that happens with the disease, that you get more aggressive and stuff. So
Yep.
he understands like that's what's happening, but he also understands that as Bior is, he's also a threat. So
Yeah.
he's probably going to suggest to one in Darius that, well, I don't know if you said only 2 people could ride the cart back to town.
I'm trying to think
There's
about.
8 kids.
Yeah, I'm trying to think how much space the cart is and trying to like visualize it in my head. It's pretty hard to fit another person in the cart.
No, that's fine. I was just
so-
saying, okay, because in that
yeah.
case, he'll suggest that Darius goes back to the creepy kid in the attic and asks if he can remove a curse or gets the priest or something. And
Okay.
maybe after they get someone who can remove a curse, they can ride back to where we are and help us out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
the-
a
Or in full move. I don't know.
it's a reasonable.
That's a good idea.
It's
The
a
priest
reasonable-
especially.
It's a reasonable
Yeah, I
plan,
thought
but
it
what
would
happens
be,
if Bior wanders off? We can hardly stop him if we're separated. I think
Well, I mean,
That's
if
true.
we take if you guys take the horses, then they'll have to walk back if they want to get back to town. So it should be a lot faster for you guys to get back and find somebody, and then kind of meet them on the road. You know.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, there is probably simultaneous concern about the kids, and the prospect of Bior being a werewolf now is.
how far does the range of your pet go, Darius? Exactly.
It's well, it can move wherever it wants, but I can only communicate it over like 200 feet.
Yeah, it's like 100 or 200 feet at most. But yeah, it could exist on the same plane of existence. So yeah, it could stay here and like exist. But you wouldn't be able to like work into it or anything like that.
In a hell of a situation. Because I'm fairly convinced if we left, there's nothing we could do to stop Bior. Virtually, we would all have to work together to bring him back with us. I don't know his motivations. Maybe he wants to come with us and we can settle his whole actions later. But
Yeah, that requires some pretty impressive persuasion, I imagine. And try to
Here's
convince.
my question, and I guess this is kind of out of character, but the cold can theoretically break a curse, right?
Yeah, eventually you can. Oh wait, no, he can't at all. I forgot that
I-
druids cannot learn remove curse at all.
Oh, really?
I
Yeah.
can. It's from a different spell. I'm just
Oh.
not high level.
Okay, I didn't know that. I didn't know there was
think-
anything else.
Yeah, it's a greater restoration.
Ah,
It's a level
right,
spell,
right.
so
That'll
I
take a
can't
while.
do it.
That's like level 9-ish.
Yeah.
and as we
So like
already
at the end of the
dis-
campaign. Yeah.
Oh, right, you're right. That's not a. I thought it was a druid spell. Weird.
Yeah,
that's
only
free.
clerics and paladins can cast it like normally, and then that's a level 3 spell, so they would be able to cast it right now. But that's not a thing, unfortunately. So, but the priest can cast it. That's a thing he can normally do because he has to. Some of the not everybody that gets attacked by the werewolves, like the guards and stuff, automatically died.
Yeah, this probably
they
comes
would
up a lot in
occasionally.
Barovia.
Yeah.
Also, I
So,
know
The priest definitely can.
the kid had it in his spell book. Where he offered you
I
guys.
think you're right about that. Yeah, and I'm pretty confident in that. I think you're right about that.
Wait, who had it in the spell?
The
Oh.
kid in the attic, the survivor of the mayor, whatever his name was,
Yeah, what's his face?
Yeah.
Baron's boy.
the Baron's boy.
Yeah. He's the only
Yeah.
survivor. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a massacre. Yeah.
Midtown Massacre. I don't know what else to dub it, but yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
And I will say that as Bjor is slowly making his way over, he's brandishing his great axe and glaring at the kids that are there.
Mm.
That's kind of
So just so you know, so you have a better feel for the room.
Oh yeah. I feel that.
So what are we going to do about the situation? Because
We need a very specific execution of what's going on. I'm just saying, hypothetically, in terms of distance, if you just immediately got on the horse and started running off, Bjor couldn't reach you in time.
And we couldn't
Um,
fit everyone in the car even if we wanted, unless we wanted to dump these
No.
children, which I assume is not an
No.
option.
I mean, in a sense that there's not enough space for everybody to be riding something.
I mean, just who's the most
somebody has to
mobile
walk.
in this group? I feel like whoever's the most mobile should take on the task.
Of what?
Okay.
Going back for help?
I guess. Or I mean, we all need to get back to town, right?
Yeah,
And
you all do.
Wouldn't get
For the reasons.
So
Just, you know,
two
two
things.
groups. One has the cart, and the other has.
Yeah. So two things need to happen. A, children need to be secured someplace safe. Two, need to find someone who's able to possibly cure Bjor, which she might not be too happy about that. So those two things need to happen. So someone needs to A, get the kids there, and then B, secure a cure for the curse.
That actually, I think I have an idea that you do both of those. Priest, I mean, he already harbors a bunch of and stuff, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the priest is the best option to go to. But
Yeah, the priest is. But also, I looked back at it, and you guys were right that the kid in the attic does have remove curse. Technically, he would actually be able to teach it to Darius, but that would be longer, but good long term maybe.
Yeah.
Right. So,
Well, I feel like what this after this situation, Darius will definitely want to learn.
who,
I wish I had picked that up. Oh well.
who is
Yeah.
who is in
Can't win 'em all.
condition? Who is in condition to subdue Bjor if they had to fight him, and who is?
If you all did, I think you could, but it would be risky.
Yeah, you would essentially have to dogpile Bjor.
Yeah, Lucian would normally be very up for it, but as he's very close to death right
Yeah.
now, it would probably not be.
I-
the best
Yeah, I'm
idea.
sure Bjor could bring him a lot closer to death.
I was
And
gonna
remember that Cole, you can wild shape into a horse, and then Bjork could then ride you, and then you could use that to get back to the town very quickly.
Yeah,
That's like a hypothetical.
Oh wait, yeah, because
Not telling you what you have to do. I'm just saying you have a lot of options in wild shape form. That's a lot of choices, mobility wise, and it won't take longer than your wild shape lasts to get back there.
Okay.
See, that would be. I was about to suggest the same thing. That would be an option. Just get both of them to town quickly. I'm
Well-
assuming Cole is on board with
But if we get one
Getting
person
s-
back to town, that's great and all, but we still have the problem with overcapacity on the cart. So I'm thinking the cart itself needs to go back to town, drop off these kids to the church or whatever, send off these werewolves as well, get help and come back while the other people stay here and keep an eye on Finns.
Wait.
Yeah.
Why do we
Uh-huh.
need to get back here?
Because I'm pretty sure we're not going to be able to convince Bjorn to come with us, and we'd be stuck here anyway because the cart is over capacity.
Yeah, Bjor would slowly make his way to town just because he doesn't
Yeah, you just walk rather
Yeah.
than or ride
which
Cole.
gives you time to secure the kids and secure a
Yeah.
cure.
But
Yeah, but one of the grumpy people, one Lucian and Darius, need to stay behind. You don't have enough room on the cart.
yeah,
I mean,
I
they
think-
can walk.
So really, the decision is who's
going
not getting on the cart, Darius or Lucian.
I think
Darius
I
is
mean,
probably the ideal choice because
Yeah.
he's
I
injured
was-
already.
yeah.
yeah, seriously, Darius would not object to this. He's
However,
used to
I
walking.
do think that
Yeah.
Darius would have a stronger chance to persuade the wizard if the priest failed to come up with a solution.
Well, the priest already can just get rid of the curse.
Yeah, outright.
That's a guarantee.
He could
So
be
it's not like
murdered
we
by
have
the
to
time we get
convince
back.
him.
It's nice to have a backup, but yes.
Yeah,
Lucian, Darius,
I mean,
which
they-
one of you wants
you
the...
could also persuade the kid to cast it himself rather than teaching it.
Yeah.
Lucian,
I
Darius, which one of you
if
thinks...
I needed to, I
you
would
need to
kidnap the kid. If I needed to, I would kidnap him and bring.
What did you ask?
I said Lucian or Darius, which one of you thinks you're up for the task of getting back to town and getting us help?
I think it's probably Lucian that should be going with one. I think that's the best idea, and Darius could stay behind with them, monitor them, get them to go back to town as well.
I mean, I'll be
He's
happy to
definitely
go.
an even-handed person.
I'd be happy to go myself, but okay.
Yeah, I just don't want to send anybody just completely alone in case you guys get random combat.
Oh, no,
and yes,
that's
I will
fine.
have to consider that.
I
can always run.
Shit.
Yeah, running is definitely a thing. Don't always get that.
Okay.
Good. All right. So one and
So
Lucian
there's-
take the
yeah.
cart.
There you go.
That's what I recommend, and I think that you guys agree.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any extra healing spells for Lucian before you go, or do you think you'd want to reserve those?
I mean, I have a potion, but we should be good, probably.
Nope.
Yeah, and maybe over the course of that, you can.
I use two of
Oh,
my cure runes on Lucian then,
Nice.
Cool.
because to look at it, I haven't actually spent many level 1 spell slots.
I think I'm supposed to have more health than this, but it didn't add it. No, it happened. It's like
And
plus
then-
10. Sorry.
Yeah, so you're gonna get plus 14 here. I'm just gonna ask, what hours are you guys gonna leave? Are you just gonna just like book it? You're just not gonna fucking say anything?
Try not to kill him. Try to restrain him if at all possible. If it comes to it, then maybe you have to kill him. Go ahead.
I hear this,
Yeah.
and I just frown at one.
And I like look away as we ride off. Come on, Darius. Oh, by the way, you probably might need these. I give Cole Lucian his bullets back. That's the one.
Ah,
I say,
Oh,
yeah, we probably
okay.
should trust each other a bit more. Here you go.
Well, I thought we already did, but I guess not.
Mm.
Just distrust.
Yeah,
someone
Lucian
like
has
me.
no idea. He had no idea that he just stole
Yeah.
yeah,
bullets
full
until
pure
just now.
Lucian, and it is armed. And one did it out of like a security measure to try to see if they're going crazy, then
Yeah.
I gotta make sure I don't
I'm like,
endanger
well,
the kids or myself.
it kind of worked out. I grabbed Bedor's bullets, and that kind of
Yeah,
worked
big
out.
old click.
That was
Yeah.
a good scene,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, that was funny.
But yeah, Lucian's not gonna like that. Probably gonna just give you a very disapproving glance.
I say, well, it
Yes.
saved one of these people by doing this. So sorry.
Yeah.
He's still not happy.
Yeah, well, as one and Lucian are riding off, I say in Minotaur, Cole, tell them we don't know if they have lycanthropy or not. They're a danger. We need to subdue them.
You're welcome.
Are you pointing? Are you pointing like at the carriage, like that has everybody on it?
Yeah, can you
Yeah,
bring to the
I'm
children?
I'm looking at you and I'm pointing at the carriage with all the little children on it.
Yeah, I'm gonna scratch my head, and then I'm gonna look at you and say that might be true. There is no way to tell. Like, I don't know that I have it, like, but I know I do. We
Yeah,
can
I
just,
would have to come up with some
we-
things like they. But actually, Bior, I forgot about this. You went up to the further up than a lot of other people did. It's south of the little battle arena, and you can kind of put it together that they were made to fight each other with spears, and that they probably hadn't been bitten yet, and then whoever won in the fight then got turned and then was told, okay, now you have to eat your former, the other combatant that you just defeated in combat.
Okay.
Um,
Well, even
like-
knowing that, I don't think I would.
Yeah.
Change.
Yeah, I still agree with you though that you would still think that maybe they would have it, but yeah,
They need to die.
yeah. And if one and Lucian did try to look over them, they would have to do that. But you can't tell just by looking at somebody immediately whether they have it or not. But there has to be some sort of way of getting it inside them, so it has to be like a bite. It's what is that called, like a venom.
I mean,
So
Darius was
they have to
around
be-
when we made our little medicine checks on each other.
yeah,
Yeah. Alright.
But, it's not entirely persuasive because apparently we didn't think you were infected until the very last moment.
yeah, that's true. But nobody did look at the kids. It was too urgent. You guys just went
Yeah.
with them. But it's kind of weird that they would be in the cages and yet have it. Yeah, there's a way to work that out logically. I think that for some of the more intelligent characters to say like, oh well, they probably don't. It doesn't make any sense.
Lucian would probably
Um,
just ask one of them if any of them were bitten.
Yeah,
Just kind of a general, like, what did they do to you guys kind of thing.
yeah. I imagine you.
I
want to
assume
talk
the
to them in general.
conversation is in Minotaur, so.
Well, I'm just saying that that's true from the far away, but I mean, you would still, that's still something I imagine he would check on. Like, Lucian
I
would
would
still
Lucian would still want to know, like, what.
checking on their well being.
Yeah,
That's-
I mean, they're still kids. They were in a den of werewolves, so.
Yeah.
Just, checking.
Like, how are you treated? How are you doing? Are you hungry? Were you bitten? That'd be on a list of things to bring up.
Sure.
Yeah, keep things moving.
Yeah. So how we're gonna do this? I want to do this then is let's look at the map of the whole thing of the whole area is what I'm getting at. And then yeah, I just want to do that really quick because I want to talk about distances and time. I want to give people some amounts of action before we get back to town and all that. I want to see exactly what will happen. I mean, all right.
I think before
Okay.
you split the party, we should probably ask, is there anyone who needs to leave early today? So we
Yeah.
deal with their side first?
Well, as about 12-ish, 1.5-ish. So yes.
Yeah, but it's probably gonna be a couple hours. Normally, you stay for
Yeah.
like the first 3 hours, and
Not,
then you.
not early. I'm assuming
Yeah.
it's less than 3 hours.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that will be fine. Yeah. So this is how the situation is. One and Lucian are taken off from Lake Baratok to return to Balaki, and we got Darius, Dior, and Cole staying not staying at Lake Baratok, but they're also heading back to the village, but at a slower rate, given that they don't have horse transportation. Well, they could if Cole wanted to turn, but that'd be kind of funny. Anyway,
It would.
so let me look how far that is really quick.
This is the lock here, right?
Yeah, over here is Balaki.
Oh, okay.
I'll move people's cameras so that I can see exactly where it is. Alright, and then we gotta go from here to there, to there, to there, 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 and there. It was about 6 miles. Let me quickly look at the transportation rates.
In the meantime, I'm like looking at Lucian's foul expression on his face after retrieving his bullets. It's like, you know, it's a good thing I did this, right?
I don't. But
It's,
you
if
say so.
if we were had the roles reversed, if I was bitten, what exactly would you have done instead? Kill me?
I would have tied you up and thrown you in the cart with the rest of these kids.
And you think I would have been in the position to do? You think I would have been in position to do that while I was with the rest of the party?
Good.
Yeah, one is definitely the weakest, both in terms of like strength and in terms of like how people perceive her.
Right.
She's more of a clever thinker sort of person than a outright like martial combatant.
Yeah, I understand that, but like Lucian, he's not like this dumbest person, but he's also not like incredibly smart. To him,
Yeah.
he just kind of took his bullets and gave them back after like, here you go.
Yeah, I probably
Thanks for
should
not
have
going crazy.
probably should have brought a better way of bringing that up. But yeah,
And you could say, thanks for not going crazy. Here's your bullets. Alright, I finally found it. Alright, there we go. So you guys could do 4 miles per hour walking, and then on mounts twice the distance in a mount. Period. So they're twice as fast in all the pace types.
Even with
So
the
that's.
horse.
But you can't use stealth without getting a high animal handling check, so that's the only exception. So anyway, let's just say then, assuming that your Darius and Cole don't acquire some sort of mount, then they'll get there half as fast to Valaki, and it will only take 6 miles. You can do 8 miles an hour, and it's only 6 miles away, so you get there in less than an hour.
That will give us time to find the priest and do everything we need. So that should
Yeah. So what I'm going to do is that you got the head start because you kind of ran off. They're more reactionary, so you're going to get a little bit of a head start in terms of time. But let's just figure out. So you're heading there straight there. I think of.
Did
Let's
also
do
make
a
it,
random encounter check.
did also make it clear that you guys should stay here until we return, right?
Oh, no, we're
I
following
don't-
him.
No.
Yeah, I don't know if that was exactly made explicitly clear as far as whether they're going to be staying there or they're going to go to Valaki as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, regardless,
I
Bureau
thought
would
the
have.
idea was
followed
just that all
suit.
of us. Yeah.
I think it was primarily that you went off ahead on your own to have a head start. You can get to the priest. You can do all that. You're going to have a. You can also make sure the kids are safe. You're going to put a lot of distance between them.
Yeah, let's not have the kids. I thought it was the idea to not have kids in yours immediately.
Yeah, that was goal number one. I'm doing a random encounter check for group number one. Okay, good. You make it there without any problem. So that would be funny,
Yeah.
but no.
Group two
It would be a
encounters
good
something that
time.
just gives you more time.
Yeah, let's
It's like we
keep
wouldn't
going
be
with
able
you
to
guys
fight
for a
him.
bit.
It's like,
Actually, while your guys are going, the other group would be starting going. So you would only get to, like, let's say to that bridge area before the other group has effectively moved or something. I don't know. It's this bridge over here.
Oh, okay.
It's like the end of Lake Baratok. So I wanted to give you guys like a reasonable head start.
Cool.
So we can see what happens. And you don't get a random encounter, so you guys are just going to keep going.
We make awkward small talk along the way.
Yeah. So let's do now. What is Group 2 doing? Cole, Darius, and Bior. Are you
I
walking?
mean, we're gonna follow them. Yeah, we're gonna walk. I mean,
Yeah.
ideally, Buer would like chase down the cart to try and like subdue the possible werewolf children.
Yeah.
But for the sake of everything, I'll just walk.
Okay.
Said walk and have awkward.
Yeah.
I mean, I doubt it. I doubt we're having small talk. If anything, we're just like quiet.
That's
So,
makes it awkward.
oh, you seem to be covered in a lot more blood than usual. Are you feeling okay?
Nice.
Says,
Have it.
what?
Okay.
Boss.
It was nothing important. Keep
Okay.
going.
Is Cole going to be wild shaping to like a horse or something, or are they going to just keep going?
No, I'm just gonna walk with everybody, or like
Okay.
with the other two people.
Okay. Then yeah, you guys will arrive there twice as late, I guess, or if I want to think about that, or half as early. So we'll just do it that way. That gives them a decent amount of time to get what they want to get done. And let me just do another random battle check. See if you guys counterfight yourselves. No, you do not either.
Good.
Yeah, normally I would maybe try to spice it up and say, yeah, you do, but not when you're split up. 'cause
Yeah,
that
when
could
you
kill
split up,
parties.
it's
So,
kind of a pain, yeah.
yeah, alright, so what we're going to do then, we're going to go to we don't need to go to the map. Yeah, we can go to the Lucky map. Doesn't really matter. Doesn't really change anything.
We'll definitely try to make
whereas-
this as quick as possible to get to the other group.
Yeah. There it is. Alright, so now we are in the Lucky. Let me move these
So
tokens
first
around
up,
so
let's
they-
go shopping, let's browse around, make some new friends, No rush.
Yep.
you know.
Alright, so Darius, Bior, yeah, you guys are all at a different place. Where's Cole? Cole, you're over there. Alright. One, I'm putting you at the church, and Lucian, I'm putting you at the church.
Okay.
Cole and Bior and Darius are all on the off the map for the time being. You get, I'm going to give you, let's see, it would take less than an hour to get here, and it would take over an hour for them to get there, so twice as fast. I'll just give you an hour of time.
Okay. Well, first of all, we're
Okay.
dropping off the children. First of all,
Yep.
asking where. The,
Okay, so
where
you're
the
going to go right to the
priest
church
is.
immediately, and yeah, you're going to go to the priest guy. I can't remember his name. It was Father Lucian himself, which is kind of,
Yeah, Lucian. He had the similar name. Yeah,
yeah.
Lucius and Lucian, I think.
Yeah, Father Lucian Petrovich is his name. So you come into the church and you are like ushering all the children inside,
It's like, quick,
and
you should be
immediately,
safe
obviously, the priest would head over to you, and they would be looking to you, and he would be looking to you and going, asking what had happened and where you had found these children, and just what's going on in general.
here. Oh, it's terrible,
Whoa.
Father. We just. Oh, go on if you want to talk.
No, go for it. You're better at talking.
Sure. Oh, it's terrible, Father. We just had a major battle with the werewolves, and we managed to rescue these children. Now, obviously, that's not the terrible part, but some of our parties got bitten, and we need your help to reverse the werewolf curse.
He kind of exclaims, "Werewolves? Who got bitten?"
Oh, it was Beardor and Cole. Also,
Ah,
Lucian over here
the
got
big
bitten,
one.
but he seems to be immune to it. But by all means, if
Oh,
you
he
want to
was
check him
already
out
a
too,
wolf before.
go ahead.
Yeah, he kind of gives Lucian a little bit of a once over, kind of like surprised that you're immune. Like that's not something he's really encountered. He's like, really interesting. I'll talk to you more about that later. But
Yeah.
where is this Cole and Bior?
They're heading this way. We got quite a substantial head start, but we don't have all day to prepare.
Okay, well, I do know some basic curative magics, and that does include healing, lycanthropy. But I'll need some time to prepare,
Yes.
and it would be healing two of them, both of them.
Well, keep in mind that one of them at least is kind of on a bloodlust right now. He's pretty much murdering almost everyone in sight with little justification.
He nods, and that is typical of the condition. Typically, when one of the guards would contract it, we'd have to immediately subdue them, contain them, and then cure them however we could, and then we would treat them for any mental trauma they might have gone through afterwards.
I fear, considering the state of the guards at the moment, we're not going to be able to rely on their help in this situation.
No, there are not many. We only have a bare minimum of guards, and they're watching all the gates.
But I do know
There's-
of one weakness for this bloodthirsty individual, and that is his greed. Do you have a large chest of gold, perhaps?
That's funny. You're like trying to actually lure him out. And he's
It's
gonna
a
walk
fucking
into town,
mousetrap, yeah.
And then he's like, "Oh look, a chest!
Yeah,
Oh,
look, some gold.
Look at all this booty.
Yeah.
Just out here in the middle of
Or I do the
town.
classic
That's not
unguarded.
do the classic
Ooh, piece of
Bugs
ink.
Bunny trap, like leave little
Yep.
gold coins in a trail, just follow. Ooh,
Nice.
Gold coins.
Oh yeah, no, he did that. Yeah.
That's really funny. he says that may be useful. Yes. He tries to think about it, but first, more than anything, I need to prepare the spells and be sure that I'm ready for when he arrives. It would be best that we catch him at the gate right when he gets here, and don't give him a chance to get upset with any of the locals. I've already heard that he likes to get in brawls at the bar.
Yes, imagine
Those
that,
are-
but times 10. He is virtually out of control. He murdered a bunch
Yeah.
of people. Fortunately, we managed to save the youngest of the situation.
Yeah. Well, Petrovich nods furtively, knowing that what kind of person he's dealing with, because he's got plenty of hotheads in the town as well. Not a very happy place, so some of the people react quite strongly. But he says he looks at all the children and he kneels down as some of them are being ushered away by fellow priestesses and aides.
I like
and
whisper.
He one of the
What?
youngest one, like a young girl.
I also
and,
whispered to them, like, you might want to also look over the children that we just brought to you, because we don't know for guaranteed that they're not infected.
Right. He nods, but he going off his intuition and just by looking at them, he thinks that they are all right.
Oh, that's a relief.
But
Yeah,
He
he's
still
been
says,
exposed to a
"Lord-"
lot of people that have been infected, so he's
Yeah.
got a good eye for it.
Right.
yeah, and in children, it's pretty easy to notice because they act very, very
Aggressive.
aggressively and temperamentally. It's very strange kind of character for a child
Sounds
to
like
act like that. So yeah, he says that I'll be as typical procedure when we take in new young ones. We do give them once over just to see if they are diseased in any way or in any way ill. And that won't change here. But I do thank you for bringing them to our care. We, just like the ones you brought us before, we'll do the best we can.
Right. So
They get ushered off,
you're
and then he
you're
nods to you and
proposing an ambush over a what's it called? Lowering them into a
Trap.
certain area.
I mean, if you think you can reliably lure them into somewhere specific, that would be great.
Mm.
But I believe that they will just head along
I
the
know
road.
a cellar where we kept a vampire. Yes.
Unfortunately, that's a totally different town, but yes, that would have worked. He said, it seems like the best plan would be to somehow intercept them at the gate before they get into the town at all. And that way we know where they are and where they will be. And it's not a very long process to cast a spell. It's just to prepare it ahead of time. So once they get here, I need only utter a few words and be in their presence, and they will be free from
Mm.
their suffering.
What do you think, Lucian? You think we can take them by surprise and restrain Bior?
He kind of looks down for a second, thinking, and then he kind of looks back up at the two and he says, "Maybe we can make some sort of net trap at the gate in case Bior decides
Or-
to."
You know those
Excellent.
log traps that they had on Endor or the moon of Endor?
Yeah.
Just have one of those and then punk.
Yeah, he responds, that would make my job easier. I do need to touch them
I mean, what's the
physically.
for the sake of the
He says-
time situation? What's the quickest trap you'd think we'd be able to set up? Because I think the log might be a bit of a time-consuming effort.
Well, Lucian was thinking more. Well, I was thinking more along the lines of somebody can climb to the top of the gate and drop this net.
Yeah.
And he pulls out one of his nets and says, "Yeah, someone can just drop this on him when he comes under the gate."
Yeah, you don't need a few seconds. We're talking like he's incapacitated for just a moment, then the priest runs up and touches them. That's literally all that would need to happen.
Is there any
Yeah.
kind of magic you know? I asked the priest. Do you know maybe sleep spells or calm emotions might be handy? I don't know.
Give me a moment. I didn't think about that, but I can answer that question in just a second.
Oh yeah, that and I think a sleep spell you need to like lower their HP down to 0 or something.
Yeah,
with
they
the
do
spell.
need to be. They effectively, you need to roll high enough on the sleep spell that it counts for all their HP that they currently have. And if it does, then they fall asleep.
I think you can
Yeah.
literally
Hey guys,
can
I've got
buff yours HP.
a lot of HP.
Yeah, I don't think that
Yeah.
would work. Plus, he's going to be needing to cast the curse spell, so
He can cast a lot of different spells that are like level 3 and lower.
To be
Not-
clear,
don't
I
think
do
every single
understand.
one, but-
I do understand all the mechanics of the sleep spell. I'm just saying that in character. Like, do you
Ah.
know anything that
Oh,
might
okay.
be of assistance?
Right. What does he know offensively? He does know calm emotions. He does know that. That is true. But he says that if you're trying to get me to help you with actually restraining him, that will make the cure take slightly longer. So they'll have to go from one spell to another.
Lucian says, no, we should be able to restrain him long enough for you to cure him.
Very well.
He says it'd only take a moment. At most, I just need to touch him, and
If-
that will be it.
It just touch him. That's not so bad. If at all we can convince him to come here, is that a reasonable idea? I would also advise not having any of the children around when that happens. But as long as you're confident you can get him under control as soon as
He kind of steeples his hands for a moment and thinks on your suggestion. And
I'm gonna kill him.
and he just sighs and says, I really would prefer it be done at the gate.
Mm.
It endangers a least number of people.
Yeah, I just don't understand how you're going to cast the remove curse and be at the gate at the same time. Didn't you say?
I'm going to go with you.
Oh,
I'm going to be at the gate with you.
I'm sorry. I thought it had to be done inside a typical area, an area
Oh,
you're familiarly work with. But okay.
No, I channel the energy of my lord, and he kind of just does a quick gesture across his chest,
Okay.
and nods at the altar nearby, and I can remove the cure anywhere. I remove the curse anywhere. I don't need to be here.
So to be
Lucian
clear,
kinda turns
someone.
around real quick and casts
Someone?
prestidigitation.
Yeah.
And he creates a little expensive-looking trinket in his, and then he
Okay.
says to them both, "Maybe we can use this to lure Bjor into coming within touching range."
Absolutely.
Yeah, you could put it at the gate entrance, and he bends down, and net falls on him, then you touch him, something like that.
Yeah,
Well, that's a good
kind of
plan.
Exactly what I was.
I'm thinking we could persuade him with a treasure trinket like that. That's a great way of doing it. That way the father could actually touch him directly once he reaches for the treasure. And if he doesn't fall for that, we could say...
And the effect would be strong enough that this is something that Father Petrovich says.
Yeah.
The effect would be strong enough that once I have an effect on him, he will not respond negatively. He will not lash back out at us right away, assuming that is his innate nature. So he will be affected too much. Is the point? Like, it's a powerful magic.
That's excellent. And if
That's
by
cool.
any
so
chance...
instantaneous, go back to chaotic neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
effectively that's what happens, as well as it just being a powerful physical effect. It's going to be kind of like, whoa, shit, jeez. Like losing your balance kind of thing.
And of course, how long will that be prepared? Because you also need my friend Cole to be also cured. But
I could meditate to gain enough energy to be able to cast 2 uses in short order. But I wouldn't be able to do anything else while there. I would have to be essentially touch one, touch the other.
okay,
And-
sounds like a good plan. Let's do it. We don't have a great deal of time to prepare, so by all means.
Okay, yeah, let's
I would
say.
like to point out how
Okay.
everybody is talking about Bjor, how you guys are concerned about him and you
Yeah.
want to trap him, and I'm just like,
Mhm.
nobody's talking about me. You don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Exactly.
I think they make a larger
It's like-
assumption about you that, given what happened, that you're
Yeah.
more reluctant about the curse.
Right?
Nobody
now, like,
even
though I'm
remembers
not
Cole.
evil, even though I'm not evil, I am like no longer good.
Yeah.
So Bjor is my friend. He's my ally.
Yeah.
Like we We have been together for years.
Yep.
If I
Oh,
see
yeah.
any threat towards him, I'm going to stand up for him.
Right.
You know.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
I definitely would agree and see and understand that.
So
That's
that's
why
kind
I
of
was
like. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, you. It's good.
Okay. That's kind of like my outlook on this situation. I don't
Yeah.
know. I don't know like what we are walking into. I'm
No.
just
But I
like if
guess,
something
most of-
happens, you know, this is how I'm going to react.
Of course, that's definitely what I would expect.
Yeah, and I doubt Darius has any idea what we're. I mean, essentially, the three of us over here, we have no idea what we're walking
Yeah.
into. Other than Darius is like, they went ahead, they're going to get help.
Yeah, they're gonna try to talk to the priest, but he doesn't know what's gonna happen at the gate or
Well,
anything. He
Darius
can't know
is
that.
probably like paranoid, and
Yeah.
well, he knows they're kind of when to do. So he's going to keep his eyes peeled if he can see anyone. And
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I do have a spell that helps communicate with you. I actually have two, but well, let's see if an opportunity arises.
Okay, so how I want to do this then is, how do Lucian and one position themselves at the gate
Oh, well, we go.
for the ambush, or where do you set up the ambush, or what exactly do you do?
It's not.
Lucian kind of is picturing like he gives the trinket to the or priest or whatever, and is like, you can offer this to Bior as, you know, whatever, like a gift from the church for bringing the children or something, and then touch him when he comes to get the trinket. And as a backup, Lucian would wait on top of the gate or as high as he can with the net, and be prepared to like throw it over Bior, essentially to restrain it if something were to go wrong.
Okay, but
Oh,
That's kinda
yeah,
how-
that's a really good lure.
it's a good idea. But the only thing is, like, whether Bior would think that's suspicious. Like, a priest is just hanging out at the front gate for me, just
Yeah,
giving a thing.
I was going to say the same.
But I don't know
thing.
how smart Bior is.
He's not very smart.
Yeah, I wouldn't think he's too smart. Plus, it's like free treasure, you know? Oh, definitely. Sure.
I am very
Yeah.
confident that his weakness is treasure for one
Yeah,
extent. I mean,
one of his main flaws is greed.
the amount of times he's gone into more dangerous situations just for a little bit more extra treasure is.
Yeah, Haunted House was a great example of that. All right, so what Lucian? If that's the plan, I got to make sure you guys are committed to that, because then that will be how our roles are going to be happening.
That was pretty much what Lucian was picturing.
What about you, one?
I was fine with the plan. I was considering doing like a backup plan, like basically saying, "Oh, Bior, you're right. Those children needed to die. Please follow us to the church," and then we jump in behind him once he's on the way.
Ooh, I don't know. That involves overpowering a Minotaur. Lucian probably.
Oh, it's taken him
not
by
very
surprise,
confident
like
about
totally without suspicion. But yeah,
that. Still
it's-
a pretty big guy.
I'm fine with
Yeah,
that.
the net can work. It would work very briefly. Like, it would literally, the max amount of time it could work is in combat would be the action duration, so 6 seconds. But that is still long enough for a remove curse to happen.
And for the sake of character, we are assuming that Cole is more manageable than Bior, and he's not going to step in the way.
Yeah, that's a reasonable assumption. It's less that he would worry about himself and like get all upset about being restrained and act as violently as Bior, in my opinion. But it's more that he would act in the defense of Bior if he didn't know what was going on.
That's why Lucian would. He wasn't trying to like. That's why he wasn't really gung ho for like immediately restraining them, just like on site. Let's take
Right.
him down. He's more of, let's try to trick him into, you know, getting cured.
Yeah,
Without-
essentially, it's Cole reacting to Pure getting attacked and whatnot. But if the whole
Yeah.
like trinket priest thing, because the priest, all he needs to do is just touch me, and as soon as
Yeah.
I put my hand over his hand, he can just go boop, remove curse.
Just touching you is enough. All right, so then what we're gonna do? The guards at the gate are ushered away by the priest to lessen suspicion and to make you feel less threatened. But he waits near the front gate, talking to Lucian and one, waiting for his exact position. like what he needs to do and where he needs to be. He's willing to go along with your plan to a point. He won't do anything. He won't fight.
Oh, he's not. No, we wouldn't want him to.
But yeah, I mean, as far as holding the trinket and all that, he thinks that that's okay. He's a little apprehensive, but he will do it.
Is there something I would need to do to climb up the gate?
Um,
Get in position
I'm
up
sure you
there,
got
that
time
way I'm
to
out of
prepare
sight.
and set up.
yeah. I'll just let you do an athletics check to see one thing, like how high you get, and whether you make it there successfully, and then I'll have you do a stealth check to determine how well hidden you are relative to everything else.
Did you say athletics or acrobatics?
Athletics or acrobatics, either.
But,
Whatever means you want to use to climb.
well, but I was going to say before you did that, I was going to cast the enhance ability on you to increase your
You
dex.
still can.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's fine.
So
You just have to spend the resource.
you have the benefit of the dex on that.
All right. So then, you have advantage on it, and you have the 25. That's fine. And then stealth check.
Okay. And I don't know if this would apply here.
It applies for quite some time. It's advantage on any dex checks
For this
for
stuff.
a bit of time actually.
Yeah, it's unfortunately the mist maybe either all the same. A 12 is pretty good. Let me see what yours passive perception is.
Oh my.
It's 14.
14. Oh well, we'll see.
Okay, we're gonna
Um,
see what happens. It should be interesting. Let's do it.
Yeah. Yeah. That all that did is just lets you attempt to hide. It doesn't give you any advantage.
just
to your
wave at
hide.
Lucian in the tower.
Oh, right.
Hello, Lucian.
What are you doing up there?
All right.
Oh, yeah, just pulling guard. We killed a lot of them, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, we killed a lot of those guards here.
All right. Where are you gonna be? One.
Oh, I'm standing next to the priest, ready to step
Okay.
in. I'm
what,
also-
What kind of stance do you have? You have to. Obviously, you don't have like a weapon out or anything.
I'm
Like,
looking casual and whatnot with just my shield, no weapon out, and I'm preparing the communication spell, whatever it's called. Comprehend language.
comprehend
yeah,
languages.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can have that done ahead of time.
Considering
like,
I
ritual.
may actually have to
That's easy to
speak to
do.
him on behalf of the priest anyway.
Yeah. Well, he would understand the priest, but the priest couldn't speak. Yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
He can't speak Minotaur himself. But anyway, so that's fine. Can you do me a performance check to see how like convincing you look, as far as how like restless and suspicious and all that, like how good are you calming your nerves and not looking like you're
Yeah.
anxious.
Trying
or
my best
panic.
to yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. You look normal. You don't look like you are
Yeah.
like really restless. Like your hands aren't shaking. You're
Acting
not like
casual.
yeah. You're not visibly strange from the outside. All right, that's enough checks for you guys. So then we got the three of you guys.
Ooh.
Imagine it'd be
I
Bjork,
want to
Cole,
use the
Darius.
friend
Swamp.
cantrip on him as well.
Yeah, you could do that. Let me look at the friend cantrip for that really quick. Let's see if it like has what kind of components it has.
Keep in mind, if you cast a spell at them, maybe Cole would react weird since.
I
you
mean,
know,
we literally
doesn't know
need him
what's
to
really
be
going on.
touched and cured.
Yeah, but if he takes
Cole doesn't know that.
Yeah.
no,
Cole just is walking.
Okay, how far are we away from each other right now?
We're like
that's-
nut to butt right now.
yeah, you're walking along. So I would say I don't know a few feet. I mean, your typical walking order distance, as far as what I envisioned myself.
I'm thinking as long as I get Bjorn back to how he was, he's not going to kill me for tricking him with a friend spell. If we fail
And yeah,
by
you're
his
right.
chaotic
Friends does not have a
evil,
vocal
he
component.
most certainly would kill me.
Yeah,
Yes.
you could do friends surreptitiously.
Okay, I readied that for when I see him.
Yeah, it's one of the few spells that doesn't have a vocal component, so it's very easy in that regard. All right, then. We're going to have your walking order as it is. It goes along. You guys reach the gate.
You see Lucian up there.
Yeah, you do manage to actually see Lucian up there. I don't know what you say about that.
What? Hey Cole, what's Lucian doing up there?
What is he doing up there?
Hey Lucian, what are you doing up there?
I'm gonna like raise my hand up in the air and be like, "Hey, are you waiting on us?"
And he's just gonna raise his hand back and be like, "Yeah, we kind of are short on guards here, so I volunteered to take up for him."
While they're momentarily distracted, talking to Lucy, I'd like to cast message and just ask, okay, what the fuck is going on? What are
Message.
we doing?
Smart.
So,
2,
Yeah.
1.
to one, okay. That means
Oh.
one sentence you could say back to him. That is only to him. Only he can hear it.
I thought it was only Lucian in sight right now for the gates are closed. Okay. I'm like,
Oh, okay, I thought
just-
you were kinda close up in Lucian's.
Yeah, I pictured the gates being open already because
so
you guys knew they were coming.
to clarify, this is telepathic communication back and forth.
Yeah, it is telepathic.
Okay, I'm saying like,
I think
It's
you're like,
effectively telepathic, I would say.
okay.
It's not literally telepathic, but it's effectively telepathic, and you get one response. So a
I say
sentence.
just continue entering the town, basically.
That's
Okay.
all you tell him?
Right? You don't let
You
it
give him
okay.
no meat and potatoes.
No information. Just keep going. Okay.
I mean, like, okay. I mean, what
Alright.
would your suggestion have been? Why don't you just talk to Lucian? Maybe he thinks of something smart.
Well, sure, when they're not looking directly at him, maybe I try.
Yeah, I think you can talk to both of us, right? You just change your focus, right?
You just need to cast it.
Well, yeah, sure. It just says I have to whisper. I guess it's telepathic on you.
Yeah. Even though it has a vocal component, it's very quiet. That's the nature of the spell.
Okay, okay. Darius going to try Lucian.
Okay.
What's
is-
what's happening here?
We're trying to help Bior. Don't interfere. And that's it.
Almost as much information as I gave, but okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, honestly,
calm.
what would you guys have said
No,
in your
I get you.
situation?
The priest
that's
needs
totally fine.
cure Bjor, comma.
Yeah, I guess. I guess I didn't
I
think of that
this
in
is
character,
enough
so
to
no.
make Darius slightly nervous, and he's going to be attentive. But yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
All right. Then what we're gonna do. So assuming whatever Bior and Cole think of Lucian's elevated position, they reach the gate. You see the priest standing beside one.
Oh yeah, no,
Well,
I
I
yeah.
would-
That's a terrible roll.
I would like to insight what
Yeah.
Lucian
Okay.
said.
That's perfectly fine.
Would you
Then Lucian, do you do like
Yeah,
deception
I
or
think a
persuasion?
deception
Yeah,
was
you're
the
lying, so
appropriate.
deception. Oh well.
Ooh,
Luckily that works out for you.
It doesn't
Despite
matter.
your shit roll. Yeah, no matter what he fails, so doesn't matter. So that's
Yeah.
funny. Cole's like, yeah, I'd buy it. Ain't fine to me.
Now he fails, but that doesn't immediately make you think he's going to attack you, right?
Yeah. He just
Yeah, no, he
nothing, that's
checks
not
out.
suspicious.
Yeah, he's pulling guard shift in the tower.
Yeah.
I'm just like, all right, on guard, sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, then Father Petrovich greets Bior with a sort of half bow and says, "Your friends here told me about what you managed to accomplish at the werewolf cave, and the town is very grateful for your heroic efforts. And I wanted to offer you this." Thankfully,
It's a good thing I don't have advantage.
yeah. He says, "I want to offer you this," and he holds out this trinket. Lucian, what does it look like? Just give me
Oh.
some sort of basic trinket
You
thing
know
you
the
made.
little statue they have in the Temple of Doom, the like Buddha belly,
Yeah.
kinda,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but like Minotaur instead of.
Ooh.
It's like a golden minotaur.
Oh
That
yeah,
is really funny. All right.
yeah. And with that
Sure.
inside check, I'm like, oh fuck yeah, and I reach for
Yep.
it and I put my hand up.
Yeah, and as you do that, your fingers brush his momentarily, as simply, especially because you have such large hands relative to his.
Well, do you want to
that
give
you-
Cole a chance to possibly respond?
How would Cole
Yeah,
respond? to
Cole, did you want
offering
an
a
inside check? Like, would you be like, oh, this is weird? Or
Since he
would you be
just did
like,
one, I wouldn't allow him to do another, and I'm not railroading. It's just I'm not going to let somebody do another insight check so quickly. You could do another kind of check, whatever that would be.
I don't think I would, because it's coming from the priest, and from like a previous interactions with him, I have like a trust with him.
Yeah, you have a pretty
And
good relationship.
So
with
if
him.
he says like that, the town is a grateful, here's a gift, I would be like, okay, cool.
Yeah, and it's also a
priest
half
is a
lie.
straight shooter. Yeah.
Yeah, it's also kind of like a half truth in the sense that that's not literally what he's here for, but they are grateful. The town is definitely very grateful that the werewolf problem has been taken care of, and the priest is kind of one of the most leader positioned people in the town at the moment.
Influence.
He's deceptively being truthful.
Yeah, not quite accurate, but anyway, so that means your hand touches his immediately. I'm not gonna say there's like any flashes or effects, but you feel sort of like a draining effect that flows out your arm. You feel extremely fatigued all of a sudden, like to the point where you pretty much lose your balance and fall to one knee in front of him. And you feel this like a pulling sensation as like your insides are just yanked towards the priest in a direction. And as that happens, you feel more calm and less aggressive than before, like less restless. You suddenly feel a bit more tranquil by comparison, and your mind also goes back over the memories that you had and what had just transpired, and you feel a wave of guilt and like self-reflection. And then the priest kind of steps back. You hold onto the trinket, which I'm going to let it exist for a short time longer. It doesn't actually exist very long, but it is there
It's
all
like
the same.
an
Yeah.
action. Yeah.
So yeah, that happens to you, Bjorn. So you have effectively gotten the curse removed. Let's see what happened with Cole. Cole, how would you respond to Bjorn kind of like falling down onto his knee? I don't know what he would say. It's an overwhelming like wave effect. Sort of like if you've ever been on painkillers.
Maybe since I can't cast a spell, I don't have the knowledge of like what the spell like looks like,
No.
and so maybe I would see this in like a negative light because it just knocked my like minotaur large friend like down to his knees,
Yeah.
and I think I would run up there and kind of like put my hand on the priest's chest as kind of, and my demeanor would change as to like, who is this guy? Like I don't know him anymore.
Like, what did you do? More distrustful and
Yeah.
suspicious.
So,
Yeah.
seeing that
and
I
I would-
didn't. Oh, go on.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
And I
Seeing
would like
that-
shout at him, and I would be
Was that
like,
Cole?
"What did
Yeah.
you do?"
Yeah, and he says he kind of like steps back in response to your gesture, giving you space next to Bior. Bior is kind of like just still kneeling there, kind of staring into nothingness, mulling over his memories and breathing quickly. And he said, I was just trying to help him, try to cure him. And he's like backed away and he's kind of nervous about what's happening. He's very much on guard. This is a bit out of his wheelhouse. He didn't have to be in such tense situations before. Curing guards before, they were always restrained and partially willing.
Okay. I did.
Yeah,
want
I
to- oh, go on.
reach up as on my knee, kind of clutching my head. I use my free hand and I put it on Cole's shoulder and I tell him in Minotaur, no, it's fine. I'm fine now.
I was going to use the friend spell once I saw Cole approach, but okay, it seems to have worked
No,
out anyway.
we'll see what happens. So yeah, Bior tells him that. What did you do in response to that, Cole?
I'm gonna look at uh I can't even say his name right now.
Okay.
I'm gonna look
Bior?
at that guy,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna kind of like get like a feel of his words, kind of like look into his eyes,
Okay.
just to confirm like what he's saying. I don't sense any lies, any
No, you know Bior
Anything
very,
like
very,
that.
very well. You would know if he was
Yeah.
like being deceitful or something.
yeah. And then
And
I'm
he's
gonna
100%
turn-
honest.
And I'm gonna turn back over to the priest, and I'm gonna say, you cured him.
Yeah, and the priest nods once really slowly, and he apologizes and says, "Yes, I'm sorry. We had to pull this
thank
ruse, but
God.
we were concerned about his and the rest of our safety. I could hear you too. I've heard that you were also affected."
As soon as he says this, I like ready to jump Cole just in case he refuses.
Yeah, still with my hand on his shoulder, I stand up and I look at Cole and say, yeah, you need it too.
Yeah. I'll be like, screw you guys. Ninja vanish.
Yeah.
Damn, smoke bomb.
Again, see invisibility. Damn it.
You
No,
know,
I would accept his offer. I don't want this in me anymore.
yeah, you've had a very negative experience with lycanthropy compared to Bior, who kind of reveled in it. You see it as what it is, a curse. You
Oh,
don't
jeez.
like it. So then the priest then steps forward, slowly looking at you with apologetic eyes, and then puts his other hand on your shoulder momentarily, and you feel the same similar effect that Bior did, kind of your entire sense of self being pulled toward the priest in an outward fashion. And you kind of feel this wave of fatigue wash over you momentarily, and then the effect that you had once over you leaves, and like Bior, your mind is better able to digest all that had happened, and your emotions are more realistically aligned with everything that you had done and that had transpired.
Yeah. I think I would feel more clear, like my mind is no longer clouded.
Yeah, not really as conflicted, but I mean, you're gonna feel very guilty. You already were feeling bad before about what happened to the girl, but I think that you would feel a little bit even more guilt, because then you're able to like fully recognize the extent of everything that happened, and less
I
able to
feel
be
like
blasé
this
about
would
it.
be like coming down from a self-destructive drug or something.
Yeah, it's kind of like you
Yeah.
woke up from meth, but you managed to like kill someone the previous day or something.
Yeah, and I think Bjor would feel just utmost remorse, not about, I mean, just of the mindset of him trying to murder these children. He would
Yeah.
feel just the remorse of actually feeling like that was the right thing to do at the time.
Yeah, and you also think about like you imagine your old crew and like how they would react if they saw you in that state, and how they would kind of fear you and not really respect you as much. They would think less of you.
Okay, yeah, you're breathing on the mic again, by the way. So,
Yeah, you're good now.
Alright.
Yeah, but those feelings of guilt are internal right now, so you'll have to bring that up in conversation later, I'm sure. Or with your
Yeah.
actions.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, visibly, both Cole and Bjorn do not look to be in a happy state of emotions. They both look kind of distant and contemplative
So
and quiet.
I'm like, thank you, Father Lucian. I think we can take it from here.
He again bows and he apologizes to Cole in a whisper, and then turns around and quickly makes his way back to the church to return to
Wait.
the duties. Hmm?
Real quick before you go, who do we talk to about? I heard there's some rewards for werewolf pelts.
That's
or something.
Ricardia. Ricardia.
Yeah.
Ricardia.
Yeah,
Oh, like
yeah, the guy that you guys met in the town square. That was like the circus thing. Circus. I don't know what
The
you
guy
call
with
it,
the
like a cart
saber-tooth?
wagon.
Yeah.
Yeah, the saber tooth. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, he would say, I imagine what left of the guard would be interested to know, or any other capable adventurers like yourself. And he just keeps moving on. He kind of says it over his shoulder as he's moving away, and returns back to the church.
Yeah. I just say to Darius, we were going to handle that. We were going to go to Ricardio. I can't pronounce his name.
Oh,
I think you're right about that. Check it.
I
Anyway,
wrote
what
it
do you
down. I can't pronounce the word, but Ricardio, or something like that.
Ricardia, yeah.
all right.
I don't know if you remember last session. I said I wanted to like do a little wolf necklace kind of out of
Yeah.
Yeah.
that I had.
Ooh.
Hey, I'm sure we
That's
can
also-
retcon that if that's something your character.
Yeah, as you were moving back, you grabbed like a few teeth and stuff. It wasn't something that took a lot of process because it's something you've done before, or rather, something you know how to do.
Right. And,
I was thinking something like kind of interesting for your backstory is maybe you worked with somebody else when you were a werewolf, like you had another
it was
person
like-
that was a werewolf, and you had to kill them, and you know how to like.
And to remember
The
him
anatomy.
by, you made a necklace out of his teeth. There you
No.
go.
But you do know like werewolf anatomy and like how they work from your own experience personally, as well as with another person that you spent a lot of time with.
Yeah, he hunted down plenty of werewolves in his time with the disease.
Yeah,
He's very familiar with it.
yeah. Take a werewolf fighting a werewolf is very belayed in a way.
I love
But yeah,
So what are you making? Like a necklace? Or...
Yeah, just a neck. Like, you know how people have those, like, shark teeth
Yeah,
necklaces or
that's what I
whatever?
was picturing.
Pretty much
Cool.
that, with, like, canines. But, like,
yeah. I'll let you be able to craft the necklace over a rest, but you have all the materials. I'll let you have like different werewolf incisors of various lengths, including
Okay.
one from Carol, that the leader, the alpha,
Yeah,
that has one that's a little longer than all the others.
cool. Well, yeah. Then I suggest that we rest for now, heal up and everything. Drop the werewolf hostages, captives, or whatever you guys want to call them, at Eric's house?
No,
Or maybe
Ricardio.
mansion?
He's the one who
He will
wanted.
kill them.
Oh, yeah, well,
He will kill them, though.
I'm just
We need
thinking we should
information.
drop them off and then take the long rest. I don't think we're going to be
How
in that
about
much.
Yeah, let's interrogate them first, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, they're still in the cart. It's been an hour at best. So let's just say, actually, it'd be a little bit over an hour because the other guy showed up. So, but they're still unconscious and restrained. It was a hard fought battle, and they were just totally drained of energy. But yeah, they haven't responded to anything yet. You
Okay.
still have them both in your possession in the cart.
I guess we could go to Eric's house and drop him off then.
Yeah, that's a good place to do it.
Actually, yeah. I was thinking that there was this like torture room in the mansion, but I don't know if village.
There is. That's a bit extreme, but yeah.
Hey, speaking of that mansion, I feel like I should pay that man a visit like we discussed. And, have a plan B if something like this ever happens again.
Yeah,
God,
and if you learn to remove curse, that would make a lot less fewer, make everything a lot less stressful.
Sure, we don't need to have like a scene of me wounding things.
Yeah. Yeah, it's mostly just paying for it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
And spending the time to transfer the spell, yeah.
yeah.
Although you do that during the long rest time. Yeah, so. Alright, so that makes sense for Bior that he would want to do that. He's gonna he's gonna be like sullenly walk off toward the tavern and drink away his sorrows. Darius, yes,
Yeah,
you
he
can
feels
go
bad.
speak to the guy in the attic, the kid, Victor, or whatever his name is.
Sounds right.
Vicky.
Lucian will just
It's
drop
Vicky.
off the werewolves at Eric's and get busy too. His
Okay. Yeah, I'll put you at Eric's. One and Cole.
I would like to catch up with Eric and have a nice chat.
Okay, you are with Lucian and Eric. What is Cole doing? Is he going to go with Bior? Is he going to go to the church? What is he going to do?
I was actually gonna look at Yor and say, I don't know about you, but I need an ale. Care to join me?
Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, you go with Bior to the tavern.
Yeah.
You're both super depressed. Then what we'll do is the interrogation scene, or you guys want to do it all together? That's something I need to know.
See,
was
remove
thinking about
curse
doing
would
it
also
together.
add some negotiation power, right?
Yeah, I mean, I assume they want to be werewolves, so if they refuse to ask questions, we'll just turn one of them and be like, you're next if you don't answer
Yeah.
questions.
That's interesting. You're gonna have to, if you want to cure them, though, you will have to either do that yourselves or somehow manage to persuade the priest to help you again. You'd be a bit reluctant to do so after doing so much. You need some time to.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't expect him to help us since he's already done so much.
Besides,
You
we
know,
kind of
yeah,
need these
stressful
werewolves
stuff.
to get Ricardio on our side anyway, so...
Yeah. Well, yeah, whether they're alive or not. You have pelts, you have different things that are available from the werewolves to
Oh,
prove
yeah.
that you did it.
Okay, I suppose
Yeah,
that's...
the necklace was kind of for my personal thing, but also so I could be like, hey, these are werewolf teeth.
He would know that, yeah, immediately. He'd be like, "Oh, okay, you've gotten up to business." So yeah, do you want to do the interrogation right now, Lucian one? Or
No, I think after the long rest when everyone's more.
I think it's more just to
level-headed.
secure them, for now.
okay, then yeah, you take them over to Eric's house. You explain to him what's going on and why you're bringing them there. Makes it to be the safest place to bring them, pretty much. You make sure that they're secured. They're tied up and they got manacled. They're roped. They're not going anywhere. And Eric says that he'll watch over them if you guys wanted to leave or whatever, or you wanted to go rest or something, or you could stay here. He says he doesn't really.
I would love to stay here for a bit of a rest. It's been a long time since we had the chance to catch up, Eric, but yes.
Okay, that's fine. You do the same, Lucy. You stay there. Eric offers you if you want to stay here, he has enough bed space and a couch,
Yeah,
sort of thing.
If the necklace will take a long rest to make, then he's gonna stay because
Yeah,
if it was done already, he'd just go over there because there's something else he wants to. But yeah, if it's gonna take the long rest, he'll there.
yeah. It would take that long or not like a full 8 hours, but it would take you need to sleep for 6 hours, and then you would take the remaining 2 to do it.
Oh, it's good because the elf feature, I only need to sleep to 4. Well,
Right.
meditate, and the other I can just spend.
Yep. So let's just apply a. Well, actually, Darius, you went to. Yeah, let's do that really quick. You went straight to the attic. Let's talk to what's his name? Burgermaster's Mansion, Victor Velakovich. You speak to him, and you were asking if you could see his spellbook again.
Is Marcel there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry,
okay.
what question?
I was asking if you're going to the attic to speak to Victor to ask him if you can.
Yes.
Yeah, if you can learn. Yeah, okay.
Elaborate to him. you know, the Sperovia, it sucks.
Yeah.
That you know, cursing happens a lot of.
Let's see. He might want something from you in exchange. He let you do it before because you were just there and you kind of felt intimidated. But now it's just you and him. Can you do like a persuasion or an intimidation if that's your style? It's not gonna be too high of a DC.
No, I think like Darius would be like differential to some wizard who just
Yeah.
much,
If you want to, if you want to like sweet talk him, okay.
pretty much like, you know, this foreign land to me, and it just
Nice.
seems like a very smart idea to have. Don't you
Yeah,
think?
if you
And,
play into his ego,
Yeah.
then
Yeah, like,
you wouldn't even need to do a persuasion check. He gets a big kick out of somebody being so deferential and respecting his abilities. So immediately he would be like, "Ah, yes," and he kind of gives you a reluctant pat on the shoulder because he's like disgusted by you being a half-orc. And he's like, ugh. He kind of like winces when he touches you, and he's like kind of forces a smile, and he says, "You may learn from my greatness and all the studies I've done throughout the years." And he slides the book across the table to you, but only for a time. I will need it again shortly. So effectively, you can only copy one spell right now.
So you go
That's
over,
fair.
you go over to the photocopier, and
Yes.
Yeah, I'm like, all right, just give me a second. But yeah, all right. So, and then I'll say that after that, you go and find some place to rest, so we can just all do a long rest effectively.
Cool. Yep, that's fine.
All right. So yeah, you learn remove curse. That's not a problem. Yeah, you don't have to spend any money because let's just say you already have the supplies and everything, or he does. So I'm not gonna make you go through the whole spending the money for the inks kind of thing. Because
I would spend the money. I mean, that's basically my equivalent for, like, I don't know, armor or weapon, right? Like, I'm not going to.
True, but I'm not gonna make you spend the full amount. Let's say, because normally it'd be like, I think it's 50 gold per level, so it'd be like 150 gold per level 3 spell. I could be wrong. It could be like 25, but I know it's expensive.
Yeah, no, that's
So
correct.
let's just say, then yeah, just spend like 30 gold minimum. I want to make I kind of agree that making you spend something is good, but I don't want to make you spend the full amount.
Sure. I mean, if you say so.
He has a lot of supplies himself, like in terms of ink and parchment and all that. He does what you do. All right then. Other than that, everybody gets a full rest.
are
Get the
you
effect of
not
it,
going to
get
do
all
a
your
scene
shit
with
back.
Bedor and Cole?
Oh, I mean, yeah, if they want one. You guys are in the inn. You got some ale from the barkeep, and you found a booth amongst yourselves to drink. How does that go? Do you guys talk at all, or do you just drink in silence?
Talk about your shared guilt, you know?
Yeah. You're
Yeah.
in a booth by yourselves. It's
Yeah,
quiet.
no, I'm just gonna quietly just sip on my ale and just consider my life decisions and all that stuff.
It's like, what's wrong with you, Bior? That drink's normally completely empty by now. It's like,
Yeah, I just keep sipping at an empty glass.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do the same thing. I do have something planned for when we take our rest.
Okay,
I wrote a little thing
that's
that I would
fine.
like to read.
Yeah, sure, that makes complete sense. We'll do that in
Uh,
just a moment. But yeah, as far as all that happens in the end, both of you just drink in silence, and everybody around you kind of gives you a strange look, especially Bjork, because he's normally like all rambunctious and full of energy and like really aggressive and everything, and now he's just super serious and sullen. Even like one of the barkeep's kids, who normally acts like a waiter, he normally brings you your drinks. He's kind of hesitant. He kind of gives you guys two sort of concerned looks, and then backs away quickly, so long as not to overstay his welcome. keeps giving you ale as long as you guys keep paying for them, and then leaves you alone. So yeah, let's then apply everybody's long rest to them in terms of their health and resources, and then Cold can do his thing.
Get all my Fey energy back.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Spells.
Yep,
Oh.
spell slots, all that.
I'm still missing 20 bullets from one, by the way.
Yeah.
Kind of forgot
That
to
was
give
fine.
those back, but yes, you will get them back definitely.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, I think Bjor's got more pressing things going on in his head than where my bullets
Yeah.
went.
Thank you for reminding me out of character because I did forget.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm not gonna do my spells yet. I guess I'll keep them, and then like depending on like what we do, because we do have other things. We have like 2 other things on our quest list.
Yeah.
But depending on like what we do, like that'll determine if I want to swap any spells out.
Right.
But yeah,
And just keep the classics for now.
yeah.
What was the thing you wanted to read?
Oh yeah. I wrote a little something throughout the week. Like I said before, like I don't change my voice, but I do other things, and this is one of the things that I do. I just kind of like write like a little like a short story, a kind of thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's a page and then like a little bit. Oh no, it's actually a full page. In the Google Docs, it was a page and a half. But
I mean, feel free to
Alright,
read it.
Yeah.
Cole settles down for the night. His thoughts are sporadic. Boots, armor, and belt are removed for this hopefully quiet rest. Memories begin to constantly jump around his thoughts. The unknown reason why he arrived here. The hags feeding on children. The werewolves turning children. This individual known as Strahd playing his games and plotting who knows what. But what has Cole most concerned is that vision, seeing himself being hanged. Dead body swinging in the wind. Was this a glimpse of the future? Is that where it ends? Can this outcome be changed? Cole lays down but doesn't fall to sleep quickly. Visions invade his mind, keeping it active, unable to relax. Eventually, sleep takes him. Cole finds himself back in the Feywild, a kid himself. The forest looms over his head. Sun rays causing a dew to sparkle in the morning cool air. Suddenly the sound of an arrow flies past him, piercing the tree behind him and causing Cole to jump away. In the distance, a young voice cries out, "Oh crap, I missed." Cole wrenches the arrow out of the damaged bark and stomps toward this young voice, a look of anger on his face. Another kid is holding onto a bow with a worried look. When Cole gets within eyesight of the child, his look changes to fear. Cole shouts out, "How many times do I have to tell you? Don't shoot if you don't have a clear shot." The child holding the bow lowers it with a depressing look and says, "I'm sorry, I thought I saw an elk." A vision shifts again. the vision shifts, and Cole is now much older, yet the view is low to the ground. Sniffing noises are heard. Movement is smooth and quick. Speed begins to pick up as a rabbit enters view. The hunt begins, and it ends quickly. Large paws with long, sharp nails descend on this little creature. In wolf form, Cole opens his mouth, jaws full of sharp teeth, and clamps down on his catch. As he makes his way through the forest, he gets that familiar smell. A smell of fire and food. Cole arrives at home, drops the rabbit, and shifts back to his normal form. A vision shifts again. This time Cole is filled with panic. Screams echo from all directions. Vision of being hanged flashes in his mind. Cole leaves the tent barefoot and cold. As Cole begins running toward the screams, sounds of combat begin to take over. Clanging of swords, groans of pain, and bangs of spells muffle everything else. Vision of being hanged flashes in his mind. As Cole makes his way through the encampment, something catches his eye. A figure shifts in the darkness, light being blocked by a large tent. The sound of bones crunching and screams of agony fills the air. This large form of a creature looms over a body. A pool of blood begins to form. Visions of being hanged flashes in his mind. The scene shifts to Cole, looking over the body with the taste of blood on his lips. As he rakes his claws out of the body, a figure shifts in front of him. Another elf, staring at him from the distance. Vision of being hanged flashes in his mind. The scene shifts again. Cole stands over the body, mutilated and lifeless. Cole lets out a scream, but turns into a howl. As Cole screams with all of his might, a vision appears again. Death by hanging. Cole shoots up from his bedroll and out of this dream. Heavy breathing and sweating. Heart is racing. As the last bit of the lycanthropy curse leaves his blood system. Cole ponders what this dream meant. Was I the creature that attacked my village? Did my village hang me for the crime? If so, is this my punishment? That's it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay, all ties together. Very, very good. I'm very happy with how all of this has gone down. We're like nowhere near the campaign in terms of like what's written down. I've had to improvise a lot, but everything has been going really well, and in general, things have been going quite smoothly and convincingly. So it was good. I'm really also happy with how everybody's been working their characters and role playing in general. I think everything has been going quite well, and again, quite convincingly. I want to give everybody, if you don't have inspiration already, everybody can have some. starting out from this point right now.
Damn it! Already had some.
Yep.
It's
I just wanted to make sure everybody had some. I think you've all been doing a great job.
Oh,
I
yeah.
really like how everybody's been kind of getting into their characters,
Yeah.
and everything worked out. It's been going well.
It's fantastic. I love how much we're invested in the characters and each other and the story and whatnot. It's
Yeah.
turning out really
It's
cool.
Yeah. All in all, this is a good group. Yeah.
I'm quite pleased. So the next day, everybody wakes up from their respective places of rest, wherever they might be. I'll make that easy for all of you. And then I figure, top on the order of things, you want to interrogate the werewolf captives. You want to speak to Rictavio about the fact that you've taken down the werewolf cave and all that, and ask him if he will help you in your battle against Strahd.
Absolutely.
And yeah, and then you want to start heading out back to one of the two places that you know you need to go as part of the fortune you had read
Yeah.
by
Also, Lucian kind of I don't know if you remember the dolls that were like all shaped like the woman. whose
Yeah.
house
yeah,
we stayed
yep,
before.
yep, yep. Yeah.
Lucian still wanted to check out the shop that
Yeah, the
doll
store.
owners had.
Yeah, yeah, Blinksy's toys. Yeah, that's a good thing to do.
I was thinking
Also,
before
he
we.
kind of
Oh,
wanted
go on.
bullets. I was just gonna say he also wanted to go to the blacksmith for bullets. Besides that,
Yeah, what we'll do is we'll do shopping last, and it will be before we head out of the town, and we'll do it during
Yeah.
break, and everybody can just submit what they want to buy.
Oh,
But
yeah.
for now, what we're gonna do is, I think we should do the interrogation, then Rictavio, then Blinksy's, because Blinksy's is right next to Rictavio.
Right. Which I figured would be convenient since we were gonna be there anyway.
Yep.
So,
Is that okay with everybody?
that's
So
fine.
it's good.
But I wanted to do like a little, before the rest of the party arrives, a little sort of hopeful scene with Lucian there. Why
Yeah.
like before he wakes up, he like can hear the sound of gunshots, as he can see one practicing with a pistol, not doing a particularly great job. And it's like whether or not you
Yeah,
wanted
one
to go
is
down.
outside shooting, like has some targets set up against a tree, and she keeps like loading and trying to shoot with this. You give like a pistol,
Completely
trying to shoot these targets, and you're not really hitting the target quite well.
not very used to the
Lucian
weapon.
kind of get up groggily. He hears all the commotion she's making with his gun. He goes out, sees her, kind of pulls out his own gun, and real quick does a like trip. Well, I guess he's old ass.
He
But he
just-
kind of just pulls out and shoots one of the targets. You know. Actually,
Nice,
let me-
sure enough.
I feel like I should roll to see how well I do.
Yeah, that would be funny if you try to one up her and you do a bad shot. No, you hit the target.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he just bang, smacks it dead in the middle, and he's like, it works a lot better when you shoot with your eyes open.
Ah, Lucian.
And then he kind of,
Lucian, I'm sorry. Did I wake you?
no. Just the sound
No,
of
you did.
gunshots.
Your gun did.
Just the gun.
I just figured we might need a bit more practice in the future, considering how badly that last fight almost gone.
Yeah, I was considering even buying another pistol, just in case.
You
Breath control. Trigger squeeze. Sight picture.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Exhale, squeeze.
Yep. One is though you know how guns operate, you know how to shoot them. You've never really been a great shot, and it's always something you've been kind of apprehensive about. So you tend to flinch, and it affects your aim.
I just feel like I don't quite have the strength to hold it in place when it goes off. But I'm sure I'll get used to it in time. So, any advice you got for me?
You're working. You should try laying down before you shoot.
Oh,
It'll help your aim.
it was
And also buying your own damn bullets. fucking
Nice.
kid. And then he walks away.
Nice. I like that. That is the appropriate response.
Surly monster hunter.
Yep.
Your own damn bullets, kid.
Yeah. He picks up the bag from his side and he waves it in front of Juan.
Sure.
Back and walks away.
Sorry. Yeah.
Eric is inside with a pillow over both sides of his head, and he's just kind of clutching it against his head as he tries to sleep longer. He's kind of lazy after having left the mansion job, so he sleeps a lot, and he's mad that you guys are making so much noise. It's this is what I do for these people, and then they make all this ruckus.
Is that child quite done shooting the pistol?
Yep.
I would think so.
So that would be
So, yeah,
around the time the rest of the group show up for the interrogation. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, I'm not. I think Cole and Bjor would know. I think everybody would know that you guys were taking them there.
Yeah.
But however you guys want to meet up, that is up to you.
I feel like I would have told, or Lucian would have told Darius where they were going before they left, and
Yeah.
also
Yeah, I figured that's what you guys had done. So you guys know that Lucien and One took the captives to Eric's place.
Which they do know. They have been there before.
Yeah, they have been there before. Everybody has. So, do you guys, after you head over there after you wake up?
Yeah, I light up my
Oh, yeah.
pipe and make my way downtown.
Oh, Bidor.
Ah.
Cool, Bidor, you're here. Excellent. Where's that? Where's that no good Darius? No.
Yeah, is Darius over there too?
Someone toss me. Yeah. Sorry, it was just fuzzy, studs.
Eldritch blasts me in the back of the head. What was that?
So yeah, we're interrogating the kids.
Oh, interrogation sounds fun.
the captives.
The captives, the captive werewolves. You took
Oh.
your two. It was the wife of one of the rebel werewolves stayed
And the
behind,
old-
and the old man that you fought as well. He was just deeper in the cave after the main fight.
They were both
You knocked them out.
named, so you assume they're somewhat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask Cole and the Minotaur. Ask Lucian if holy water hurts these things, because if it does, give me a vial of holy water and I'll get them talking.
I look at you and I'm pretty sure it does, but I don't know. Lucian, how was holy water against these creatures?
Let me check. And he's gonna take out one of the vials of water, uncork it, and then he's gonna just splash a little on the face of the wife werewolf.
Jeez. Okay.
Yeah, that's a little interesting.
Just a little, not the whole thing.
Yeah, just a bit, just a splatter.
Yeah.
She immediately wakes up, and it's sort of like acid. Not quite as strong as that, but it's enough that it's really hot water. And you hear a little sizzle, and she immediately wakes up and shakes her head all around. She's ah, fuck! What the hell? Why'd you do that? She's now extremely awake, still bound, and glaring at Lucian.
I just look in the back.
Yeah,
trying
I
to-
kind of I nod my head at Lucian and I open my hand to give me the holy water.
He hands it to him.
Alright, I'm gonna douse some cloth with the holy water.
Okay. I'm in the back saying I don't know why they're doing that exactly, trying to play good cop in this situation.
I don't know why they're doing that, but I'd answer their questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm on your side.
I don't know why they're doing
Scanner
that, but they
says you
seem
make
to
that.
enjoy it. Yes.
All right. Okay. So yeah, I got some background information here about them. I know what they would want to say and all that. So let's just say they're both kneeling down in front of you. Scannis is still kind of unresponsive since he's an older guy. He lacks more energy. She was already sort of awake, but now she's extremely awake. Yeah, she at the moment is awake. She's staring at Lucian or staring at the party in
Remind me,
general.
like, she was the lady at the back of the cave.
Yeah,
Is
she was in front of
still-
the.
Like, he's just the one werewolf that we did.
He's just a werewolf in the group, and he's an older man. He was the one that was playing the flute. You heard that, like a weird flute, like music
Mm.
when you first came into the cave, and you didn't know what it was. But as soon as the fighting started, he stopped doing so. Yeah, he doesn't have that on his.
Do I recognise
Actually-
that in Bardish magic, I should say?
You didn't. It wasn't at the time. It was just somebody playing. It wasn't also very good playing. It was kind of off key and
Oh, okay.
somebody just messing around more than anything.
I'm like fiddling his
Oh, yeah,
instrument
really
in my hands. It's like, ooh,
Yeah, it's made of electrum, and it's pretty good.
ooh, cool.
But- So it's actually sort of valuable. Yeah, it's. I'll just say it's an electrum flute worth 250 gold.
Let me see. Do I know how to play the flute? Because I'm pretty sure I don't.
Yeah,
I don't think
before
you do. I think you
we.
can only play a saxophone and.
I normally get 3 instruments as a bard, but oh, there we go. I got saxophone, piano, and a bell. No flute.
Yes, that's
Gonna love that cowbell.
really funny.
Yeah. That's cool.
All right, so Suleika is a dark-skinned woman. Reed, kind of, I would say, like Indian, as in Indian. Dark-skinned, black hair, straight. She's staring at the party back from person to person, wondering what you guys are going to do. She is in human form right now. Yeah, watching all of you, wondering what you're going to do. She says, "What do you want? I already told you what was been going on." And you, she looks at Lucian, kind of angry. Like, I thought that you and I had an understanding. You're going to find my husband, right? She mentions, referring back to the meal, something she had brought up before.
I say in Minotaur, son I atten essen, and yeah, separate the prisoners.
Okay.
Oh,
Imagine Cole would then relay that
Listen,
information.
Yor
to-
really gets into an interrogation. I gotta
Yeah.
say.
Yeah, here's a question. What are we actually interrogating?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
I'm
was-
just doing it.
I was
Yeah,
curious
I'm
about
just
that
winging it.
myself. What information are we trying to get from these people?
We did not pick this one.
Did we just
Yeah,
openly
like-
discuss in front of them? Why did we do this again?
Yeah.
Put them
Kinda,
put them in a separate rooms and see if they have the same story.
Yeah. You just kind of want to know what's been going, like, what were the wolves doing? Why were they doing it? Where
Yeah,
are
it's
there
just-
any more?
Yeah, Lucian's gonna pick up the woman, and he's gonna be like, "Well, we do have an understanding, but I don't think you quite understand it yet." And then he kind of just leads her to the room.
Okay.
I assume the other Bior leads the other to another room or something.
That's
I mean,
fine.
I'm going with whichever one's conscious, whichever one.
Yeah, and Eric is just sitting at a table munching on, like,
Tea
Like-
and crumpets.
Yeah, he's a very British
Yeah,
man.
yeah, like a crumpet or some cornbread or something, just watching furtively, and just munching quickly. He's very interested, but he doesn't know, like, anything about anything in regards to this subject matter, so he's just like,
I say
Whatever.
this is exhilarating.
Reading
Yeah.
the paper for some
all right,
formal
so
results. or some
let's do Lucian and Zuleika first. Actually, no, let's do the other one first. Let's do Bior or whomever else is with the other guy and Skenis first, because Zuleika's gonna have a lot more information. So Skenis is also not awake. So, or you brought Skenis to another room. Whoever else is in there with you, he's not awake right now. He's just kind of sleeping, kind of snoring, even.
It's just on the couch next to
human
Eric. It's
Old
like-
man.
But yeah,
White,
that's-
very white, pale skin. Like he's a old man. He has white hair. Yeah, this guy's an old man. He got white hair with just twinges, like little spackles of black in it. Like, so this guy's probably in his 70s, like late 60s, 70s.
As a
Oh.
good character,
Yeah.
would I be wanting to not torture these people?
I don't think you would. at all
Or is it the
approve of
same?
that.
Or is it the same situation? Like, if we have orcs or something, can we know they're evil? It doesn't really matter what happens to them. It's like,
As a good character, you wouldn't ever want to torture anyone.
That's kind of where alignment breaks down.
Yeah.
I mean,
Any good alignment is not pro torture. Period. You see it as like an inhumane.
it's like I'm okay with slaughtering a bunch of them, but somehow torture's over the line.
Oh, yeah. You were. It was self-defense, and then it wasn't. That's how that argument happened.
Yeah,
Um,
she totally sees it in that way anyway. But okay, continue.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
what about emotional torture? Just
Frighten the
telling him-
poppy in front of them. Don't make
Yeah.
Yeah,
That,
it isn't really a threat necessarily. We can offer him to break his wild curse.
yeah.
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 Well, this is
How'd you
happening.
like
I'm
that,
going
Stan?
That's
to
more of a interrogation
bring
technique. Yeah.
the cloth that I have soaked in the holy water. I'm going to wring it, and then I'm going to use it as a whip across the face of the old gentleman in front of me.
Why don't you just
Oh,
put
good. I
them?
thought you were.
It's like a really
Holy
bad holy water rat tail.
Why don't you just put them
Yeah.
in a chair with no bottom and whip their testicles? Why don't you just...
Yeah. Immediately, the slap goes across his face, and it's like being hit across the face with a scalding pot of coffee. And he immediately wakes up, and he like just wincing and kind of blinking one eye, like close one eye closed, and the other one is blinking up at you. And it's like, what the hell? And he's, he's an older man,
I whip him
he's
again.
a bit slower. Oh, jeez, okay. He's like, what? What do you want? What are you doing? Why are you doing this?
I say in Montour, I really don't know. But we're here now.
And he stares at you like he's just, well, if you're gonna kill me, just get it over with.
I whip him in the face.
Okay. He just kind of keeps kind of pulling back from you, trying to like hide his face with his shoulder. They're trying to defend himself best he can, but he's really restrained. He can't really do much. It's like, why are you doing this?
Sir.
Stop! And he just keeps.
Is anyone going to ask any questions?
No, that's a good point. Questions. Well, I guess the best question is, well, if he can help, he can only really help us if he has any lead Strahd, right?
Yeah, that would be
Because
something
we're
you'd
pretty
want.
much done with the well.
Yeah, these are kind of questions you could ask. Like, are there any more werewolves? If there are, where are they? What were the werewolves doing? What's up with Strahd? Where's Strahd? Anything related to Strahd?
Absolutely. Tell me
that.
everything you know about Strahd. Like, where you meet him, what kind of supplies he gave you. Is there anything he's expecting off you soon?
What's
you
his
know?
favorite color?
Okay,
Is he a
I
nice
can give you all
guy?
the information.
Really?
He says we never, very few of us ever saw him directly,
Mm.
and I think only Kirill, Emil, and Zuleika have ever seen Strahd, and that was only briefly. And we're not even sure if it was actually him. It could have been an illusion or a projection. But all the same, we normally deal with the Vistani who work for him, as most of them do.
Who are
Um,
the Distrani? Is that a...
The Vistani are like the gypsy people that you've kind of interacted with on different occasions.
Wait.
There were some Vistani that were where you got the
Yeah.
fortune read.
So
as well
they,
as
so they work for Strahd, I ask?
some of them do. That's how the Vistani have magic that lets them get out of Barovia. Lets them go to the other places, then they kidnap people or whatever.
Interesting.
Bring them here. And this is out of character information, but in character information, the Vistani many of them are either assumed or definitely do work with Strahd. But I think reasonable assumption would be, I don't think that the people that gave you that fortune are like loyal to him. They probably just.
How does he know about the fortune? Lash him
Well, he
some
didn't
more
just-
across the
Oh
back.
God. He says, "Yeah, we never really interact with them directly. The Vistani are the ones that will relay orders, ask us to attack towns, do whatever, just sow chaos, so he can, I guess, have better control